Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. The next song we'll sing is "Oh Come, Let Us Adore Him." Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Christ the Lord, for You alone are worthy. For You alone are worthy. For You alone are worthy. Christ the Lord. We'll give You all the glory. We'll give You all the glory.
First reading today comes from Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 11 through.
Again, good morning on today. It is important to know that we all have a destiny. It is important to know that we have been called with a purpose unto God. We were all created not by accident. Your presence here on this earth, time and history was preordained. The way we look, the talents and the gifts we possess, and the personality we all have, a part of God's creation. He made you the way you are for a specific purpose and specific reason. But if you are even given to fulfill the purpose, if you are going to try to pursue a destiny that God has given you, it begins with believing that you have one. And that you must cooperate with God in order to see it to come to fruition. In Galatians chapter 1, verse 15, Apostle Paul writes, "But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by His grace." It's important to understand that when we seek God and when we go to understand what His purpose is for our life, we won't understand that purpose unless we submit ourselves to Him, as if we sacrifice our entire beings to Him. How many of us have seen the movie Facing the Giants? Awesome. In that movie, it's a particular scene where the coach tells the young man, I believe his name is Tommy, he says, "Tommy," he said, I want you to crawl 20 yards. And he said, not only do I want you to crawl 20 yards, because he saw Tommy as a leader, but he said, "Tommy, I want you to crawl and I want you to grab the teammate here. You, come here, get on his back." And not only did he do that, but when it seemed as if it was impossible, he blindfolded him. So now you have Tommy who has to crawl 20 yards with someone on his back, blindfolded. The coach encouraged him as he was crawling those 20 yards. And of course, we the viewers, we can see, okay, now he's surpassed the 20 yards. But as he continued to coach him on, the coach encouraged him, you can do it, you can do it. Don't give up on me now. Don't give up on me now. Tommy continued to crawl. He continued to persevere. When that young man on his back seemed heavy, he seemed heavier, he didn't cease. He kept persevering. As through that journey, he started to think, okay, I'm a leader. I'm doing this for a purpose. I'm doing this for a reason. This is bigger than I. And when he got to the end, he said, don't let up on me. And he fell. And the coach told him, he said, remove the blindfold from your eyes. And when he looked up, he was in the end zone. Now, he surpassed that barrier of 20 yards. And he continued to strive, and he continued to dig deep down inside. Why? Because he knew that it was a greater purpose inside of him. And sometimes it takes our coaches, sometimes it takes our teachers, our parents, our loved ones to pull the purpose out of us. And if we don't understand the purpose, if we don't understand the reason for our living, it is important that we seek God. It is important that we understand that God has called us with a divine purpose. Many of us are here today because God has called us for a divine purpose. If you asked me in 2006, would I be here in Kansas, I would say no. If you asked me, would I be standing up here today or would I be playing football, I would have to tell you no, because that was not in my plan. But when you submit your plan and when you submit yourself to God, God will take over your life and God will do things that you would not imagine. God will help you to carry those weights, even when you seem blind. Why? Because we're walking in His perfect will, not permissive will. And it's amazing to me when I thought about the analogy of that story, I thought about how that young man took on the weight. And what was interesting is that when he got off the young man, the coach said, man, you carried him. I believe he said it was like 150 pounds. And the young man was tapping coach and he said, man, you carried him 150 pounds. He said, coach, I'm 170 pounds. And so that goes to say that sometimes that weight may seem heavier. That weight may seem impossible. But when you have God carrying you, when you have God directing you and leading you into the perfect will that He has for your life, that weight seems as if it's a feather. And so I just want to encourage you to continue to seek that which you have. Bethany College being a wonderful campus, a wonderful environment, will shape you if you allow the people that God has placed in your lives to shape you and to direct you into the purpose and will that God has for your life. That's all I have for you today. God bless you.
God bless you.